Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the More Than Drill and Drum podcast.
Podcast where we talk about drill, drum, and more. I'm your host, Tyreese.
And I'm your host, Jemima, and we're excited to introduce you to a seasoned driller and drummer that we have with us today. So stay tuned.
Hello, Jemima.
Hello, Tyreese.
Today, we have a extra special guest. I'm very excited for this one.
Yeah, same here.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay, guys, my name is Jonathan, aka Jono, aka John,
Wow.
aka Young Alberto.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Bringing nicknames.
Yeah, man, that's about it.
And what do you currently do? Who are you? Why are you here?
I'm here because hopefully you guys find me interesting, entertaining.
If this video gets posted.
Hopefully it's not one of the drafts. But yes, I study psychology in university.
Cool.
I'm part of the management of LADS, which is short for London's Advanced Drill Squad,
Cool.
so drum squad. So we've got a few divisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. That's a wrap, guys. We're
Wow.
finished.
Thank you so much for joining us for today's
And
episode.
we'll join you next time on...
More than.
So, lads, London Advanced Drilling and Drumming Squad.
Yes.
Important question for yourself, though. Team drill or team drum? You have to pick one.
Team drill all day, baby.
Excuse me?
Team drill, baby.
Thank you.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, why would you pick Team Drill?
Oh, wait, let me rephrase. But why
Hold on.
wouldn't you pick team drum?
Wow, no, let's not have negative questions like that.
To be honest, for me, drilling is just a lot easier and a lot more fun. Because when you're there with a team trying to learn a sequence and you keep getting it wrong, guys forget stuff, you're like, bro, it's like the 19th time. How you still getting it wrong? Do you know what I'm saying? It's a lot
Yeah.
more fun.
Yeah.
Whereas for me, drumming was a lot more serious. Like, you have to learn this. If you don't learn it, then you can't really move on, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But when you're with like a team and you guys are like chilling, your friends, and you're just learning sequences, coming up with ideas. Like the way we work in LADS is we've got a sequence. Like whoever's made the sequence has got it.
Yeah.
But if something isn't working, then anyone can just be like, let's try this, let's try that. So then we're like, cool, let's do that. So it's just like a nice warm feeling, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I know that people have seen lads in lots of different places. Give us a little bit of insight here. What's it like to be at a lads rehearsal?
To be honest, chilled. Like I think a lot of people would think it's some high tense thing where we're so serious.
Yeah.
To be honest, sometimes we run late. That's just normal, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no one's like, why are you late? Laps, running, push-ups, nothing like that. Because we know how it is. Like people come from uni, like I come down from uni to go to practice.
Yeah.
It was London based, but now we've kind of branched it off to everywhere. So
Yeah.
people come from Luton, from all different places. So we know how it is, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, how many members roughly?
I'm going to look to the non-imaginary people in the background for a number. Yeah, around 30.
And
Okay.
have you done a routine with all 30 of them?
No, mainly because a lot of people are in university. So it's hard to come down every month for practice. Do you know what I mean? Because some people do certain courses where they have placements and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So it is hard, yeah.
Yeah.
We were discussing, me and you, Jemima, that the perfect number for a drill squad is possibly around 12 to 16 people.
Yeah. Depending on the kind of formations. Like there's a few golden numbers as you go up. So 12, 16 in my view. And then if maybe like 20, you can do it 24. What is the golden number for you?
I don't have one, you know.
You work with what you got in it.
Yeah, like if there's 5 people, we're making a sequence bang, like regardless of the 5.
Yeah.
Whether we've got 20, 15, either way. Because the thing is, every practice, someone has, like every person can't come because of engagements they have.
Yeah.
So it's like, cool, this session, got to rejig it.
Yeah.
It was like, again.
Yeah.
So it's the challenge of trying to rejig it, but also learn it at the same time.
Yeah.
Because they're like, wait, last week I was doing left turn, this week I'm doing right turn. You're like, bro. So for me, it's just watching the adaptations for me is just fun.
Yeah. We were literally doing that today.
Yeah.
Where it's like, we went through the whole thing. Yeah, guys, so what we did yesterday, we're not going to do that anymore.
Had added 2 more people, everyone's in different positions.
Yeah.
But in the end, you did get it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
I must say, I'm disappointed in your answer. And I'll tell you why. Me and you first met
Yeah.
at an SEC drum camp
Yeah.
Oh, clock the scratch.
And from my early memories of that, we were drumming at the drum camp, and that's how we became friends. So again, to reiterate, we became friends at a drum camp, and you're choosing drill.
Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not neglecting drumming. Because drum camp was the time of my life. Like early on,
You're not expecting these answers.
I started off as a drummer, then went to a driller.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's not usually the way people go.
exactly.
That's interesting.
But for me, drumming was fun because drum camp, you're there with your friends, you meet new people, everyone's just in like one room, one space.
Yeah.
Everyone's practicing, trying to learn beats, trying to get right for the assessment, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, at drum camp, time of our life.
You were just
know
there
what
for
I mean?
vibes.
Yeah, literally.
Heart
to
is
learn chorus,
broken.
but I can just reach more people with drilling. I can go to any church, be like, guys, let's do drilling.
Yeah.
Whereas certain churches don't have the resources for drumming. So I feel like I've been more useful doing drilling in regards to drumming.
Yeah.
Okay.
that
So that's why I kind of prefer it as well, because I can do it a lot more often.
Should I let him off? Or
I think that's a very reasonable answer. Do you not think?
That's a great answer.
moving on?
So you mentioned about when you guys met. Jonathan, I got a question for you. Do you remember when we first met?
I thought it was 3 days ago,
It
but
wasn't 3 days ago, I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
It actually just wasn't.
I don't know. I have to be honest. I have to put my hands up and say my bad.
I think we first met in like 2019 when you came for lads auditions. We're throwing
You
back
see how you
now.
put him on the spot
I
now?
know. He's sweating slightly.
At the Advent Centre.
Yeah.
Walk me through your audition day. If anything pops up, and maybe the stories can correspond
collide.
with each other.
Yeah.
Honestly, one of the most stressful and horrendous days of my life. Like to this day, I remember a video of Alberto that he took of me, and I was there like this stressing because the assessment was you had to do like the movements as a group, but then there's a memory test.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
as I said before, you have to learn a sequence, come on the day, rejig it, so you have to know things quick. It's fast paced. That memory test was headache.
But you said you did it in a group.
No. So the assessment was in a group, but the memory test is individual.
In that, were you in the same group?
Oh, so me, I was watching auditions.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the people I were with, that's when lads first started LJs, which is lads juniors. So it's like lads is there, you're on the way to lads, but you're not quite there. So it's like we'll accept you, but you still have some work to do. So yeah, that's when I joined, and I think everyone I auditioned with is still in lads.
That's good.
No, I lied. Minus one person to my knowledge.
Has the standards gotten harder or higher?
Honestly, it was on a rise. Then I would say it was a little stagnant, but that was just because of a lot going on.
Yeah.
Especially with Alberto's like SEC life as well, because he's heavily involved in different areas.
Yeah.
And a lot of people did leave because of university. So it was fewer members. But then right now, I'd say almost at our peak, because a lot of things are happening, a lot of plans, a lot of just new things, and
Yeah.
it's just exciting to see.
Anything insightful? Any tea? Anything?
You can spill tea here, you
All
know.
I'm gonna say is went from London's advanced drill squad to London advanced drum squad.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you heard it here.
That's all I'm gonna say, guys. You just have to wait and see for the rest.
Do you know, on a really practical note, you mentioned having to kind of balance your drilling and drumming with other life responsibilities. And I think that's a challenge that other people have as well. Any advice for being able to balance up your passion with your responsibilities?
I think at the end of the day, you have to remember what comes first. You know what I mean? Education. Pathfinders will always be there, but once you've finished year 11, you can't go back to doing your GCSEs. For me, I joined Pathfinders late. Little story time.
I joined the podcast.
I joined Pathfinders at 15. The only class I've done is Voyager. Because a lot of confusion between what club I was supposed to join. So I started off doing guide, but then halfway through, they was like, you're actually a Voyager. So I went to do Voyager, completed Voyager, went back to guide, but I didn't finish it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's a weird story for me, but yeah, I've only done Voyager. But after that, yeah, I've just been doing drilling and drumming, really.
So that's what's kept you in the Pathfinder scene then?
100%.
Okay.
100%. Well, no, education comes first. Time management. And I think being in Pathfinders teaches you early on to manage your time.
Yeah.
Because before I was in Pathfinders, it was school and then play games. Do you know what I mean? So it was only 2.
Yeah.
Whereas you've got school, Pathfinder work, honours, you got to learn beats if you're drumming, sequences, or just stuff if you're drilling.
Yeah.
So it's like from a young age, you kind of have to learn how to balance and manage your time without even knowing about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So education and just being aware of how you're spending your time. Because days will go by when you're like, yo, if you look back, you've done absolutely nothing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just being aware of that, you're kind of like, okay, cool. Now I need to cut back on this or wake up a little earlier. So I have room to still do the Pathfinders, do the drumming, the drilling, have games. Obviously not all on the same day, but once you divide your time and structure your time wisely, then yeah, man, you can balance it all.
How else do you feel like drill and drum has impacted your life more broadly?
Pathfinders has helped me get like an actual job.
Is it?
Yeah, because working with young children, you get stuff like your DBS and just work experience. So on my CV, I've got teaching drumming, teaching drilling, drill instructor. I'm gonna put drum instructor because it's been a while.
Oh, you were teaching me the other day, you know.
Yeah. But putting that stuff on there is like something unique because you've got the cadets and stuff, but there's rarely few people that can say, like, look, I'm 16, 17, 18, teaching drilling, doing this. Like the amount of honours you get is like practical, first aid, food hygiene, like all of these stuff is practical for life. And it's through that I was able to get a job as a teaching assistant.
Wow.
So I would be in college, like 17, working in colleges with people that are like 18, 19, which is like crazy. But it's because of the experience that I've gotten in Pathfinders that I was able to do that.
That's really cool. Like, people might be listening thinking, wow, like, I want to do that too. So how did you get your foot in the drill and drum ladder to start off with, to even be able to do something like that later?
Gotta give props to my big bro Alberto, man. He was my way in. At first, when I started, I didn't know Alberto. I didn't know anyone. It was just me and my friend that joined at drum camp, and then I met you, so many other people. But Alberto's in charge of a few churches in the area that I was in, which was Area 8. And it was then where Alberto would come to teach, stuff like that. And I'd be like, Alberto, like, how can I improve? How can I improve? And the way he made me improve was so annoying, but it was so good.
What do you mean?
He would show me something once, and I'd be like, can you do it again? He's like, no. So then I would do it, he was like, wrong. I'll do it again, wrong. And every time I'll change a little thing, he would just be like, wrong. And then after I'll be like, can you do it again? And it was through that I was like, okay, cool, like you gotta learn quick. Because you can't be spending 5-10 minutes just trying to learn one thing. Do you know what I mean? So it's through that I was kind of like, cool, we have to work kind of quick. And then he got involved with my club. Big up Dagenham Eagles. Big up my people, man. So he came, did some events with us because he's local as well. He taught me some drum majoring, stuff like that. And then
wait. Can we just say that Alberto is strict? I remember years ago, you wouldn't agree with me. Years ago, I was I can't even say it. I'm frightened of Alberto.
It depends. It depends. If you're at lads practice, no. But because like when you're, so for example, at the camp, everyone's new. You have to set standards. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone can't just come thinking it's a joke. But when we're at practice, we know it's serious, but we just know how to be serious but have fun. So I guess for you, it's kind of like you haven't got that relationship. So for you, it's serious. But he's a nice, lovable guy. He's bare soft on the inside.
Seeing as you've established team drill, unfortunately.
Why are you using the word unfortunately?
What was your best drill experience?
Oh boy.
And I want to know how you were feeling in that moment, how you felt afterwards. How did you feel when you watched it?
Take us inside your head.
We were at an event and I had to call the command, so squad home, stuff like that. Palpitations, yo. Because now I'm like, yo, if I mess up, I'm messing up everyone. I was like, oh man.
Nah, surely you can just say it as you were. Come on.
Huh?
What do you mean?
Let me tell you one of the worst experiences. We were at PBE and it was adventurous. Adventures in the morning, Pathfinders in the afternoon. It was adventurous.
Yeah.
Every time I look at the video,
Charming.
I just need paracetamol to get rid of that headache. Cool. So it was the adventurers. Alberto and I were marching up first.
Yeah.
Adventurers came in. But because it's adventurers, we couldn't give them the full pole with the flag.
Yeah,
So we put it in half.
Yeah.
I got the pole now. I was screwing it on. I was struggling to screw it on. As in, I was turning it one way, it wouldn't go in. Turn it the other way, it wouldn't go in.
What happened to good old righty tighty lefty loosey?
I tried that, but all of them left me. And Alberto was there finished looking at me. Like, he was at attention, but I could see his eyes like, yo, speed it up, bro. I was there struggling. I was sweating. I was like, yo, I don't know what to do, like, bro. And then I just somehow sorted it out, did the others. And then, yeah, after that, I said, yo, adventures, I'm sorry, but nah, man, that's stressful, man, that's stressful. So, yeah, that was definitely one of the...
On the lower end.
Yeah. But to be honest, I think every performance, I still have, like, palpitation, like, I'm still nervous.
Same.
Purely because I'm like, yo, set a standard, do your job well, just make sure everyone's good. Because when you're, like, leading out as well, you have to make sure that you're right, so that the ones that follow, they're good as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it is still quite nerve-wracking, but I enjoy it a lot as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely calling the commands. Also the first time me and Alberto and I like drilled together.
Yeah.
My first performance as an actual like lads member. I remember as well, the LJs, we did our first performance. Everyone was like, oh, well done, well done. Looked at Alberto, he was not impressed. He was like, yo, we're all gone tomorrow, like, we kicked out. Yeah, definitely those. What was my biggest performance? Maybe Pathfinder Day.
Like
What year?
World Pathfinder Day.
Yeah, probably that one. That's probably been my biggest.
One thing I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
Before you do a drill, like routine, or you go on parade, do you ever get the like pre-parade memory loss?
Nah, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Because like for me, sometimes it'd be like we practice, and then you're kind of there, about to go, and then I think, oh yeah, what's actually in the routine? Nothing. I'm like, well, at this point, just got to do it. Do you know
Sounds
what I
like
mean?
imposter syndrome.
You think so?
Yeah, you know it's in there. Like at the end of the day, muscle memory's gonna take over, and you're
This
just
is
gonna zone in.
You know, a lot of the times when I'm doing movements, it's kind of like I'm zoning out. Like I don't think too hard about it.
Yeah.
But I think for us as well, because we're doing performances, we have to rejig it almost every time. As annoying as it is, it just happens.
There's always something, man.
You know what I mean? Someone's ill, someone's running late, unfortunately. But but yeah, there's always something. So in the morning, 10 minutes before we're going on, we're like, guys, let's go rejig it quick. Like there's been times where I've gone into like a performance with an idea of what's going on. We've sorted it out, boom.
Yeah.
Get to the venue, find out we don't have enough space. And I'm like, yo.
Jemima, how many times have you told me you've had to do that with the team?
I mean, it happens. Like there are things that are just out of your control.
Yeah.
Like you do your best, and I think that also is a testament to the skill of the team when you can adapt. Like, of course, you want to do as much as you can to be as prepared as possible. So you've got less to think about on parade day.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you say, like things happen, and so got to keep it moving. The show must go on.
Word. Because time the drummers start, they're waiting on you.
Trust me, everyone's looking like, so when they come in.
Literally.
What would you advise somebody who's wanting to elevate to those next levels of drill and drum if they, one, have a mentor, or two, if they don't have a mentor?
Right. Cool. Start with the drumming. If you don't have a mentor, be your own mentor. So many resources out there. Google, YouTube, TikTok. Literally, if you want to type in how to become faster drummer, exercises out there. Obviously, do it more like specific based, how to be a better snare player, multi-toms, stuff like that. Because for me, it was like, didn't really have anyone there to teach me the drumming. So for me, it would just be finding like fun beats online that were quite challenging. And there's like some cool exercises out there to do. The whole thing about practicing by yourself is make it fun. Because, for example, I started playing piano at age 11. So I've always kind of been into music.
Oh, a musician there. Okay.
Yeah,
You see the smile.
Won't get too tough on that. Music is a whole different subject. But yeah, so for me, it would be like, wake up, go to piano lessons. But it's like there wasn't anything fun about it.
Yeah.
Until I got to college and I started producing. I was like, yo, playing piano is live because got to do these little cool things to a beat. And now I'm enjoying it. And the whole message that I say to young people is, what is your why? Why do you drum? Why do you drill? Because once you find that out and you know why you're doing it, you remain focused on a goal. You remain motivated and disciplined because you're like, cool, I'm not just doing it just because my mom told me to do it. Because when my mom told me to go play piano, I'm like, cool, 10 minutes max. Time it hits 9:59.
You don't want to hear a nagging, do you? That's why you just do it.
Exactly. Well, if I want to play FIFA, I'm playing FIFA, not worrying about the time. I might stop if I'm hungry, and that's I might. Do you know what I mean? So my whole thing to just anyone is just, why are you doing it? Because I've even seen like people playing drums, and I'm like, yo, he wants to be here. They're taking notes. They're engaged. They're listening like 24/7. Compared to people that are kind of zoning off. Yeah, cool, you might be tired and stuff, but when you really want to be good at something and strive at something, there's nothing stopping you.
I can't get you. You see how you talk about drumming? You're so passionate. I can feel it through the mic, and it's like times 10 for drill.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Just come to accept this truth.
Yeah. So definitely be your own mentor, because at the end of the day, you know what type of drummer you want to be. You know what type of driller you want to be. Secondly, look at what type of mentor you want. Don't just go for anyone, because there's a lot of people out there that will teach you the wrong things, give you false information, just in general. Do you know what I mean? So it's important to know like what you're looking for. If you're in a room and firstly you know everything, you're in the wrong room, because no one's elevating you to learn more. To this day, little secret, my brother asked me some questions and I'm like, yo, I ain't got a clue. But I'm like, therefore, don't know a single thing. But it's because of that I'm like, cool, I need to relearn this. I need to keep doing this. So you always need to be surrounded by a group of people that can help elevate you. There's a good quote that I like. It's
not Mike Tyson, please.
No. Not today. No one succeeds alone, but no one fails alone. People either inspire you to greatness or bring you down into the gutter. So it's like, whether you're rising to the top, you won't do it by yourself, or whether you're failing, you still won't do it by yourself.
Are you still giving us the quote, or is that your own little?
That
was nice. That was nice.
You just have to know what you want instead of just drumming without an intention, because you get so lost and you don't have a vision. Do you know what I mean? It's like just running, not knowing where you're going, compared to running, saying, cool, I'm running 2 miles, stop.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Always track your progress as well. But the main thing is just be very self-aware. Do you know what I mean? If you don't have a mentor, say, cool, I don't have a mentor. But that's not an excuse.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people say, if I get this, then I'll be a good drummer. If I get this, then I'll be a good student or whatever. But it's like, yo, there's times I didn't have sticks, I'd be drumming just, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there has been times where I'm like, yo, cool, when I get a drum pad, I'm going to practice a lot. Got my drum pad, barely practice. I was like, cool, let me get a Zymox. Never got the Zymox, but it's like, if you always say, oh, when I get this, then it just won't happen. Because there will be something else that you want. Then you'll be like, yeah, cool. Then something will happen. So it's like, don't wait until you get something to then be serious. You know what I mean? Be serious regardless. Work with what you've got. Yeah, cool, you may not have drumsticks, but you practicing by yourself, that's so beneficial to you because you're not waiting on anything. So yeah.
And there's a nitty gritty behind that as well. When you're practicing your singles or your doubles and paradiddles at like BPMs of like 60, which is slow, but you're trying to get the accents on the right side, or maybe you're doing your right and left turns, you're trying to get your legs at 90 degrees, your toes pointed, all that. it seems slow progress, but hopefully in due time, it will turn out for the best.
The best thing is always consistency. There's no point practicing once a month for 10 hours a day. It's so much better to just do 10 minutes every day for a month, and you will just see just better results. Once you've got like a consistent routine, that's all that matters. It's like the gym, for example. There's no point in going to the gym, working out for 6 hours, doing full body. Like, it just doesn't make sense because your body won't get used to tearing the muscles and regenerating them and just having that constant pressure on your muscles. Do you know what I mean? It's the same for drumming.
But I liked what you said about tracking your progress. I knew it, but I've never really like visualized or verbalized it.
Yeah.
How would you track your progress in drill, more specifically?
All right, cool. Before I get on to that, I just want to say tracking your progress is so important because a lot of the times they're like, cool, I'm not where I want to be. But if you look back, you're not where you was. And a lot of people don't realize that. And I'm even speaking from experience. I'm like, yo, I need to get this. But 2 months ago, I couldn't even play this or that. I couldn't even do a paradiddle. I only get a paradiddle diddle. But a month ago, I couldn't even get a paradiddle. So it's like progress isn't always about hitting there. What it's really about is I'm not there. Do you know what I mean? It's all about elevating. Even if you're making 1% progress is still progress.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, for drilling, looking at Pathfinder videos, but it's hard for drilling and drumming because you need to find good examples, but it's quite hard for me to explain good examples. Do you know what I mean? But I look for people at big events that you see a lot, because a lot of the times the faces you see a lot will be the faces that do a lot of the stuff. So just looking at them, honestly, sit down there and just watch what they're doing, watch every little detail. It's like when footballers look at their opponents, they're looking at everything. They're looking at how they're going to attack you. They're going to look at how they transition into stuff like that. I like football, so I can give good analogies with football. But yeah, look at their feet, look at their leg, how high their leg is, the way their leg is, like where their arms are, how high the arms come up, how fast, how slow. Like you just have to pay close attention to the small details. Because yeah, cool, 2 people can do a left turn, but this one person does it a little sharper, a little more precise, comes up and down a little more gracefully. And those are the things that just make it look sweet to the eye.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I love that. Sweet to the...
Yeah. Because there's just certain things that people do and I'm like, oh.
It's true. It's so true.
It's like when a singer hits a good note, you're like, yeah. When I see someone lift their knee and, ooh. It's good, man. It's good.
It's true.
Yeah.
What would you say to that person who is thinking, I've seen so-and-so at such and such an event. I'm trying to be like them. But I just feel like I'm just no way near. What would you say to encourage that person?
Get that out of your mind.
A little secret is they weren't born like that. So there was a time when they couldn't even do a paradiddle. They couldn't do doubles. You get me? The difference between them and you is they've put in the practice, they've put in the hours. You just haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
Like you just can't teach experience. Experience is something that just happens. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they've gone through whatever phases they've gone through. Now it's time for you to go through yours. And a lot of the things that hold people back is fear. Literally, fear is just being scared of the unknown. When you're in your head too much thinking, nah, they won't help me. Cool. If they don't help you, you find someone else.
Yeah.
Go up to them, say, excuse me, I'm a young drummer, I'm a young driller. Can you give me some tips, some pointers? How can I improve? Through that conversation, they might take you under their wing and be like, cool, I'll help you once a month, once a week.
Yeah.
Go like that. Don't be scared. The worst they'll say is no. Be like, okay, cool, you might be upset. After a while, move on, find someone else, because that person might not have been right for you. So literally, don't be scared. Just go and, be confident.
What I'm hearing is I'm booking in drill appointments with Jonathan.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Don't mind.
For somebody who is looking for that open door, any drill or drum opportunities that you can like signpost?
1 second, let me go to my phone. If anyone wants to get involved with lads, go onto our Instagram. And our Instagram is l.a.d.s.
It's 2023. I'll put it up.
Click on the link here for the lads.
Yeah, right there.
Instagram
there.
page, something about here.
But yeah, lads Instagram. This was our first camp. We had our first camp recently.
Talk to me a little bit about the camp.
Yeah.
So, now that we've got some advice on how to start, continue, and never finish this drilling and drumming journey, check out the rest of our podcast. We've got more special guests.
And also this other interesting, exciting, and slightly spectacular video. Do just give it a click. And we do want to thank you again for joining us, Jonathan. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you with us.
This has been More Than Drill and Drum.
You can talk to us.
All right,
Yeah,
calm.
which takes the pressure off, I'm telling you.
The man, I was like, cool camera, lead camera.
Yeah, you
Can talk, boy. Let's turn the podcast into a movie. Tell it. Sequels as well, everything. What's that?